And good morning, everybody, and welcome to the show. Welcome to the Blueprints of the New, the first one in 2019. And I was very much looking forward to this show because it promised to be quite big in the attendance, and not just from the non-physical, physical friends, but from the non-physical world. So I got this idea, I got this download and a request on a walk when I was walking in December in one of my favorite walks, just fairly close to here. And at first my mind got a little bit scared. It's like, oh my God, how are we going to pull this off? But then I just got excited and I started having experiences that were leading to today, that were leading to this morning. So whenever there is a show, there is a lot of background work that happens, especially in my inner world, because I have to prepare, I have to open up to new levels, I have to allow more, I have to be able to perceive more. And I've had lots of interesting experience to do with this in the last month, but here we are. And yes, welcome. I'm broadcasting from far north Queensland, which is northeastern part of Australia, and it is summer here, so we've had lots of rain, lots and lots of rain, so which was very welcome after the big drought that we had last year. So everything is so lush and green and blooming and alive, and all the little creatures are singing. So it is one of my favorite parts of the year, even though it can be a bit humid and hot, but it's just, everything is just so alive. And I am a one-person show from the human perspective, so if there are ever any technical difficulties or anything, I do apologize, but I do organize everything. And I do have a lot of joy doing this, like the setup, the flowers, the technical requirements. Recently, perhaps many of you know that I have updated my website. And I do have a lot of assistance from my non-physical friends. And there's a little cute story when I was deciding which picture to put as a background on the about page, on the part about Archangel Michael. Of course, he has very strong opinions as well, which kind of things he wants to see there. So, and of all of the things, he picked a very pink rainbow. So when we have a sunset here, you have sunset on one side, and very often the sky goes very pink on the other side, on the opposite side, on the eastern side of the sky. And there happened to be a rainbow there one time, so I took quite a few photos of that rainbow. It looks like Archangel Michael just really liked that pinky color, which pressed a lot of my buttons, of course, because I said, dear Archangel, pink is not a very serious color. How are you going to be taken seriously in this world if you pick pink as your background? But he wouldn't be moved, so I, Alex, chose a different picture, of course, and this different picture was there for perhaps a day, but Archangel does find his own way to get his own way. And it is just, I realized, well, why wouldn't he have his own photo? If he likes the pink color, let's have a pink color. So there, the pink it is. So in this way, when you are open to all our non-physical friends, you're never alone. Not only that you have all the assistance, all the presence from your eternal self, but because all of your senses are open, your heart is open, your feelings are open, you can just perceive all these different realities that exist. And they have existed always, perhaps not in the same way as they do now. They were not as accessible. And for those individuals throughout our history that were open to these realities, they have been able to be perceived. And yet very often in the past, they were called crazy, they were called all sorts of different things. And many of those individuals were us that are here now, us that are here today. And luckily we have created times and space now where we don't have to be afraid anymore, where we can integrate, where we can play, when we can discuss, where we can commune with all these different beings that exist in this wonderful life, that share life with us in all these different ways. And we celebrate this diversity, because the diversity is, if we call future, it is the future. And equality, it is the future that is enjoyable for everyone. So in the 3D environment we were used to, as humans, we were used to looking at everyone either below us or above us. So what we did is we've put angelic beings, we've put non-physical beings, ascended masters, we've put all of them on a pedestal, we've put them high above ourselves. And of course then we put a lot of other creatures, a lot of other beings below us. And it was the hierarchical way that we've looked at everything. And this is now changing, and this is why this idea of a round table is here. So we've started to create this dimension, this space, a round table, which is always open to you. You can always come to this space. Because as a multidimensional beings, we can be in so many places. We are in so many places at the same time. And whenever you need peace, whenever you need friendship, whenever you need comfort, you can come here and you can commune with the beings that also are here. Other beings, non-physical beings, they exist in many different places, and they also exist in this space that we are creating now. And they exist as friends, and they want to be friends, and they want to be our co-workers in creating this reality, and they want to be our partners. And they ask not to look at them as something higher, but you look at them as something different, and look at them also as something the same, because we all come from very same source. They are split into these so many different parts and so many different beings that populate this universe. And beings are all sorts of different. Beings are different in many, many different ways, and yet we are all the same because we share the same thing. We share the heart. We share the connection to the source if we are open to it. And some of the beings you will find that are similar to us, ascended masters. They have been physical on earth. Some of us, many of us, have histories. And histories, that's a human term. We have existences on other planets, in other realms. Some of the beings have never been physical. And yet, the language of the heart is the same. It is a universal language that we all can understand when we tap into that part of ourselves, when we allow that part of ourselves. And we have very strong beings that are part of this world, that have always been part of this world, that speak the language of the heart. And that is the animal kingdom, and it is Gaia, and it is the plant kingdom. So we have always been able to utilize, we've always been able to speak with the heart, converse with life if we so chose. And it is also why we feel normally when we go out for walks, when we hang out in nature for a while, that's why it feels so good. Because we open up, we open the heart, and we speak with the heart. And we converse with the heart. So it's not such a stretch really to extend this language and to open up a little bit more and to allow all of these new friends, not new friends, perhaps that's not the right language, perhaps that's not the right word, but we open ourselves up to all of these different beings that are available to us. And it's not only that are available to us, but we are known to them and they are known to us, because it is only the confines of the mind that have stopped this communication. We have been pretending that we don't know. But when we integrate, when we allow, when we perceive ourselves as a soul and then the eternal self, we've always existed. We've known all of these beings for a long, long, long time. So it is a reunion. It is not really getting to know someone, meeting someone that we've never met before. It is about remembering. It is about remembering all these friends and the energies. And when we remember, we realize, wow, but I have known you from before. I've known you. I know your energy. I've missed you. And it is very beautiful and it is very poignant when we meet in this way. So here we are for those that can perceive, that can see. Our energy has changed because we are Michael, we are Michaela, and we have been speaking with you for a while now. And it's easy for us to move to the front, and it is easy for us to move to the back. Because Alex is saying right now, I haven't made my announcements yet. So here it is, and me, Alex, I'm here at the front. And I just want to invite you all to perhaps have a look at my new website. And for all of those people that have participated in all the classes and workshops last year and up to now in the private sessions, I want to thank you. And I just want to say how I enjoy working with you, how I enjoy, and it's my pleasure and it's my honor to work with you in this way. And also I want to say that, normally I upload all of the files and I upload all of the, recordings within 1 hour of our session. So if you don't have it, if you don't get the notification in 1 hour, then just send me a quick email or go to the contact page on the website and send me a quick notification that you haven't received it, because I do normally upload within an hour or 2 hours after we have a session. I normally send you all the information with Dropbox or WeTransfer, whichever one you prefer. And for those of you doing multi-sessions, I do normally just upload all of the recordings into one box. So please keep the first notification, the first link. But if you do, well, for some reason cannot find it, just send me an email. I will send it to you. And also want to announce next month we have a next stage of connecting with our friends in our workshop. So please check the details on the website, because at the moment I cannot remember the date. I'm very much into different spaces at the moment. The mind is not so much here. And Michael is sort of saying, oh, come on, let's go. let's go on with the show. So I think I will, that's all my announcements for today. So here we are. Yes, we are here, Mikhail. So let's go to the business of the day and let's see how we can pull this off. It is a big one today because we have so many people. So I ask all of us to be present here. Take that deep breath and be present right here, right now. Notice how your body feels in this moment. And notice if you can allow the bigger part of you, not bigger in importance, just bigger in multidimensional existence. And this bigness is available to you when you allow your soul, when you allow your eternal self. It is available to you to travel. It is available to you. And it is a normal and natural way of being to exist in all these multidimensions, in all these different places, all at the same time. And it just depends on the focus. It depends on where you focus, where you put your attention to, as to where you are actually find yourself consciously at that moment, at this moment. So we ask you, Michaela, we ask you to feel yourself. We ask you to open yourself up, because this is a safe space. And we ask you to feel yourself strongly. We ask you to feel your I am. We ask you to feel your energy, your presence. We ask you to breathe deeply into yourself and feel yourself. Feel the gentleness that you are. Feel the foreverness that you are, how you've always been and always will be. And it is from this strong place of being so aware of yourself, it is from this strong place of being you, from feeling yourself, perceiving yourself as I am, that you are completely safe to open yourself up to others, to open yourself up to all that is at the moment, in this moment present. And feel into just how many beings are present with us, how many different consciousnesses there are in this room, in this safe space. And you can open yourself up as much as you like, or you can perhaps just be an observer today until you feel a bit more safe. And you will find that you have many friends here, and you will find that a lot of friends, a lot of these beings have come with you. They have come because of you, because you are here. And allow yourself to feel just how wonderful it is, this homecoming, and how safe it feels and how familiar. And how silly it was to think of these beings as being above you, as being more. And how wonderful it is to perceive them as friends, different and yet the same. And how wonderful it is that you can take them with you into your life wherever you do, wherever you go. They can be with you. And you can make new friends, and you can ask for assistance, and you can converse with them. And this conversation that comes from the heart, through the heart, it's not limited to a space and time. It can happen during the day. It can happen in any location, in any place, in any of the spaces that you visit. And always, whenever you want to connect, start from feeling yourself strongly. And then from that space, it is safe to open. And when you are in that gentle space, and when you are in that high vibrational space, it is safe because no harmful things can come to this space. Because all of the harmful things we left in the lower, they did not have access to this space. Because there's a certain vibrational level that you need to reach, that a being needs to reach before it can come here. And that is the only requirement. It is the only requirement to frequent these spaces. And it is also the ability, this ability of those with the lower that choose to stay in a lower vibration, to access these spaces. It is what makes them also safe. It is what makes them different. So no harm can come to you because we come from the history in the 3D where it wasn't safe. So safety is a big issue. And it is also a galactic issue, this safety. It is something that we came here to resolve. And we have found solution. And we are now living, breathing this solution. Because we are creating these spaces that are safe. We are creating these spaces that are safe, that are within you. And you carry them with you everywhere that you go. And this ability to have this open heart, it is something that is new, we are not used to. So it requires, sometimes it can be a bit frustrating where it doesn't happen automatically because you have to keep opening up and you have to keep making the same choice. Okay, and I will open again, and I will open again, and I will open again. And yet it does become easier and it does become natural. It is natural. And there is a breakthrough when you have more of these moments of safety, of feeling looked after, of feeling cared for, of feeling loved, than there are of those frustrating moments that you are so used to as a human being. And we invite you to always feel yourself strongly, to always be present in this now moment when you do open up to the wider realities of this universe, of this now moment when all of the beings meet in these spaces of the heart. And here we are, that Kryon wishes to speak with you. And I am Kryon, the magnetic master that you know me of. And I ask you to feel me, ask you to feel my presence now. Because I would like to take you on a journey now. I have never been physical, and yet I have been deeply involved with Earth. It's because I am the greed master. And I would like to invite you to open yourself up to my being. And my being, you will perhaps at first feel, some of you are very familiar with me because you have worked with me before. And you will also notice that in some ways you can recognize the signature of Michael because I am a facet of Michael. And I have never been physical. And I would like to take you on a journey. And this journey can take you, I can help, we can travel together, and we can see and we can perceive the vastness of this universe, where I have never been physical, and I have access and I can travel all over this universe in an instant. And I want to give you this experience. And I want to give you this signature and this waken you up to this ability to travel. Because there are these technologies available now, right now, that you can help manifest, that you can help bring to earth, that are completely clean, that are completely natural. They do not use up resources. They are not made of crude materials. They do not pollute. They do not destroy. They do not create issues of pollution on your planet. Because you are using your natural abilities, you are using your multidimensional selves to transport you all over this universe. You can transport yourself, you can travel multidimensionally without losing consciousness to other planets. And this is the normal way of travel. For those beings that have reached a certain level of vibration, because it is the normal way, the natural way. It is utilizing the abilities of the consciousness. And we ask you also, because you have done this amazing journey, the journey through the physicalness, the journey through the most densest parts of this universe. You have done this, and you have come out, and you have reconnected with your soul, with your eternal self. It has not been done before on this mass, on this big group as you are right now. Yes, individuals have done it in the past, and we celebrate and we rejoice. And you will feel and you will notice that my celebration is a little bit different because I have never been human. So how I perceive things is a little bit different. And and this is the cause, and this is the reason for celebration. It is our diversity. And yet you can understand me if you open your heart to me. You can understand what I'm saying. You can understand my feelings. And you have this ability to travel with me, to travel to other places, to other dimensions, without losing consciousness, being conscious while you do it. And it is what we invite you to open yourself up to all of these technologies, to all of these abilities, to inventiveness of yourself as a whole being, of yourself as an integrated being with your soul, with your eternal self. That you can create, that you can start opening yourself up to all these ideas, to all these latent potentials, where you can use your own inner resources, your own inner talents, your own inner abilities, and you will find that there is a lot of things that you can do which technology is at the moment doing for you, or that the mind is bringing forth. The world of the mind is bringing forth technology to try to bridge these gaps, and yet you can do it. You don't need a rocket to travel to another planet. This is a very crude way of doing it, because the future of that is more pollution. Think of having loads and loads of rockets on your planet. What will that do to your planet? And yet at the same time, where you can elegantly, seamlessly travel to another planet and converse with your heart, be there present. So we invite you to practice all of this. We invite you to bring all of these so-called technologies, your natural, latent, inbuilt abilities that you can do, that you are waking yourself up to. And some of them don't even exist. You will invent them here on this earth. And we ask you, for those that are interested, to go into that direction. And we invite all of you, because in many ways you can improve your life, you can expand your life by using these abilities. And it is so joyful. It is joyful to do them. It is joyful to play with the world, with life in this way, because life will respond to you. Life will respond to you joyfully in this way, and you will notice the magic. You will see the magic, and you will bring the magic to this world in harmony with everything that is around you. And you will notice that, and you will notice even more, the differences will become even more apparent from those that live within the confines of the mind, just how crude those technologies are. Because, dear ones, you, as your soul, you were part of creating this universe, this physical universe. And when you realize, and many of you, most of you do realize just how complex and how beautiful and how precise the science of this universe is, you will notice that eternal selves are master magicians, master mathematicians, in how everything works so seamlessly, how beautifully, in cooperation with everything else. So we invite you to open yourself up to your latent abilities. You open yourself up to these technologies and you will surprise yourself just what you can do without having, and this is the solution to pollution, and it even rhymes. So here we are, we would step back into the background now. But this isn't, we're not finished with talking with you, so we invite you to ask us to commune with you in your daily life and find solutions to practical things in your day, in your everyday. So here we are, Mikhail. It is a bit awkward for Alex because she's having to step in and out. So you're going to take a few deep breaths. And we invite everyone to open yourself up and see if you can guess that our next speaker, who's been waiting impatiently as he does in the background, and here I am, Yeshua. And see if you can feel my different energy. And Alex says, I have a beautiful masculine energy. She enjoys the masculine energy. She enjoys blending with me as friends, of course. No pun intended. I think I'm going to try coffee. Oh, because I don't have coffee on my side of the veil. Well, the veil, if it still exists, it is quite thin now, I can tell you that. So here I am, Yeshua. And what I would like to talk with you about today is to play with your masculine and feminine parts of yourself even more. And it is not, I'm not inviting you to separate them again. I'm just inviting you to enjoy them. Especially the masculine, because the masculine have been, in recent years, taken as a culprit that it's done this wrong and that wrong. So all of us, we need to make a different kind of relationship with this masculine part of ourselves that helps us create this world, to helps us to get all of these ideas, that we get all of the visions, all of the inspirations. It helps us to make them real, to make them practical. And we enjoy and we play. And if I have any advice on on the lifetime that I've lived, in the realization that I've lived, is I would invite you to have fun, to play. I would like to, from a little bit of a selfish reason, to invite you to ask me to play with you, to have joy, to laugh more. Because this is what makes it all exciting, and this is what makes it much, much easier and much, much more fun for you to traverse this reality that you live in, that you share with your non-awakened friends, with the people, with the majority of human population that is non-awakened. It is not easy. It wasn't easy for me. I do wish I did have an internet, because I tell you what, I would write lots of books, I will write lots of articles. So I also invite you to express more. If you feel like it, if it is your joy, express to your friends, express publicly, express the joy. And it is not that you have to preach to anyone. Absolutely not. Just express your joy for life, express your joy for living, because you are the solution. You are the solution to all of the problems, to all of the issues that humanity is facing at the moment. And you will know, they notice you. So when they ask you what is different about you, you just say, I love my life. So I invite you to play with me. And if you have any issues with people, I'm very good assistant. I am very good companion on this journey. I can be your friend and I will make you laugh. I make Alex laugh many times when she had issues with dealing with energies. When you open yourself up, you can feel everything. You can feel all of the different energies from people. And when people are close, they're just not pleasant to feel. The energies are not pleasant. Stuck energies are very, very unpleasant to feel. They even have a very, very strong scent, unpleasant scent. So how do you deal with that? Well, you deal with that with humor and laughter, as many of you have already found out. And I am so attracted to humor and laughter. So I invite you to open yourself up to me. So perhaps for some of you, this happy, this joyful, exuberant me, Yeshua, is new to you because you have perhaps known me. Through your serious times, you have perhaps called on me. In your darkest times, you have perhaps called on me in your painful times. And I was there also. Because each of us, we are very, very ancient. We are very old. We have experienced everything. And yet comes the time when you realize that no more sadness, no more tears, no more worrying about and thinking that things were different in the past. Because the only way we can change the past is to be happy, to be joyful in this now moment, to choose. And sometimes that's all it is just requires this choice and this step into this new moment, into this moment of joy. And you choose joy, and then you allow joy to permeate you, to permeate every part of your being. And that's how you step out of sadness. That's how you step out of seriousness. That's how you step into the laughter. Because we want you to be joyful. We want you to dance. We want you to laugh. We want you to play. And you can do all of this by yourself, or you don't have to go out, attend parties, as you know. You can dance with yourself. Perhaps sometimes that is the best dance, and that will be your dancing partner. I have been practicing the modern dance moves. Don't worry. So I invite you to invite me to play with you. Not to resolve issues for you, but to be your friend, to be your partner, to help you find solutions, and most of all, just to play in this amazing experience that you are having, to play and to laugh and to be in joy in this life that you are having and this most important time on this planet. When you are opening up to everything that is, when you are allowing your eternal self to be with you. So in many ways, it's kind of like a two-way process. As a human, you're blossoming, you're opening up to everything that is. You're ascending, and yet as a soul, you are descending into matter, spirit in matter. This has been a dream of us forever. And you will find and you will be joyful when you realize that it's all the same characters, and we've been doing this and we've been traveling together for a very, very, very long time. I, Yeshua, have been many, many beings on this earth. I have been one that you know as Adam. I have been Arthur. And I have been friends with my dear friend, even in that life. I've worked closely with one that you know at Saint Germain, who was Merlin. So you will see that it has been all very same beings, same eternal selves that have always had this dream, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, to come to this place, to come to this now moment when you are creating this, making this a reality, experiencing it as real, spirit in matter. And we've lived lifetime after lifetime after lifetime to get to this place. So I, Yeshua, invite you to draw upon all of this wisdom, to draw upon all this knowledge. So when you find yourself during the day in the doldrums, which is a very natural thing to be, because I am amazed at you, at how well you are traveling, at how well you are being in these challenging circumstances where you're sharing your world with majority of those that are still living in the box of the mind. And I invite you to remember to allow yourself to feel. Even in the moments perhaps you're walking down the street and perhaps you're feeling those constricted energies, perhaps you're starting to feel overwhelmed with those energies, or perhaps you're having to go to work and you're feeling the constrictive energies. I remind you to call upon me, because I also, dear ones, know a lot of jokes. And I'm not afraid to tell them, and I'm not afraid to help you laugh. And that's all that is needed at times, because laughter opens up your heart, laughter opens up your energies. And it allows you to be joyful in this life, and it allows you to feel this grandness of being, to feel this grandness of this play of life that you are part of, that you are co-creating. And this wonderful, fabulous creation that you're in, where you've created technologies that allow you to communicate in this way, to allow you to be together in this way, to allow you to talk in this way. And like Kryon mentioned before, we invite you now to go the next level if you haven't already, because you can always go deeper and deeper and deeper. To practice communicating with each other using your innate abilities rather than just using the technologies. Because when you talk through the heart, with the heart, in the language of the heart, it's a very, very efficient communication. And you can communicate with authenticity that the words do not portray, that the words cannot portray. It is very similar to what we are doing right now. We are communicating with you mainly through the heart, and we're using these words to distract your mind. So I think I may have to finish, because otherwise this episode session will go on for a very, very long time, because as you perhaps have noticed, I do like talking a little bit. So this was Yeshua. And again, I invite you to invite me into your life in a new way, in this joyful way, no more in the way of the past and in what happened. And you will see that as you get to know me as I am now, in this now moment, even the past events will change. Your feelings towards those events will change. Your perception of those events will change. So I bid you farewell just for now, because I'm still at this round table, your friend, your companion, your co-creator, a bit of a naughty one, Yeshua. Thank you. And here we are, Mikhail, again, the host for today, for this morning, for this evening. And we would like to again invite you to feel into yourself. And just let all of these energies to flow through you And again, feel just how many have come to this place, have come to this round table. And this round table, of course, it's not physical, so its size changes. And it doesn't matter how big it is, we can all understand each other. Because the language of the heart is not limited by space, it's not limited by time, it exists outside of those. And let's see if you can feel these energies of the next being that wishes to speak with you in this way. This next being is very spicy, and you will feel the energy of him. He likes to call himself him. And here I am, said Jermaine. And I have known you, each one of you, for a very, very long time. And it was I that called you forth to step onto this journey. It was I that called you forth. It's my trumpet because I am of Gabriel family. And you are familiar with my energies and you are familiar with myself because we have traveled like this for a long time. And we have worked in this way for a very, very long time. We have worked in this way for many, many lifetimes. In all the different schools, in all the different traditions. And most often we have had to work in secret because our knowledge was distorted by those that didn't understand it. They have heard the theories, they have heard of what we wanted to do, and yet they didn't understand it. They didn't understand the depth and the breadth and what we're trying to achieve. And you are familiar with alchemy, and I am the master of alchemy. And all it is the inner transformations, is the inner transmutation from the base metals into gold that you are living and breathing and experiencing in your own life. And know that I am with you all the time, even if you perhaps sometimes don't feel me. You have so many friends. You are never, ever alone. And sometimes I do like to say that it was me that have been giving you all these ideas in those darkest times that you have experienced. It was me that came to visit you. Because I am familiar with all of those times I have traveled through all the different places and spaces. I have gone into the depths of the deepest darkness. And I've remembered who I was, even in those places. So I do understand all the different levels of being. And I also understand, and I know you do as well, what it takes, just what it takes to remember who you are in those spaces, to remember to not lose hope, to always have this hope. And we are all familiar with those spaces because we have played in those spaces for a very, very long time. And yet this time is no longer now. You have very, very well walked out of those spaces. You have transformed those spaces. You have brought light to those spaces. And you have been integrating your shadow. For there is your divinity. For there was everything that you've hidden from yourself. And it was this purposeful hiding because we came here to do work, we came here to do job, we came here to realize spirit in matter. We came here to experience all these different levels of being. And as you know, on earth, even today, there are many, many different levels of consciousness that exist. And yet every level of consciousness has the ability to open itself up, has the ability to allow the soul in, has the ability to transmute and transform everything that held it down. And it is the bondages that are being transmuted now. And there are so many, the masses, the matrix, that are realizing, they're starting to realize that they are in bondage, and yet they just don't know how to come out. They don't know how to free themselves. So they use all these ideas that the mind gives them. Oh, just do this, try this, do that, and you will feel free, you will be free. And they do. They really earnestly do try and believe that that will give them their freedom. And then they do it, and then they realize and experience disappointment, because, as you well know, in the world of the mind, there are no solutions, because the mind was not made for this. There will come a time, which is nearly here, when more and more and more will open up and start realizing that all of a sudden they will notice you. And you may be even overwhelmed by all of the people that come and ask you, how do you do it? Show me your way, show me your secret, how you be happy in these times of calamity. Teach me, and you will be ready to do just that. And you will not be like the teachers of the old, because we have been preparing for this for a very long time, lifetime after lifetime, to be able to assist humanity when in humanity's greatest need, when it first opens up to the bondages that it lives in. And I want to assure you that you are ready, that you are capable, that you have prepared for this, you have trained for this, and you have friends like us, non-physical friends. And I invite you to ask me in a deeper connection into your life, if you so choose. Because I am available to you at any time, in any place. And I will assist you. And it is not that I can do something for you. It is that I want to be your friend. It is that I want to be your companion. Just like we have been when I was physical also. So I invite you to invite me to open yourself up more to all that is in the now moment, to all that can be. And together we are creating these new worlds, and together we are opening up all the different portals. We are opening up to new levels, new ways of being. And we are opening up to new technologies, to natural technologies, as an alternative to what the world of the mind is creating. And perhaps not all of them, perhaps not all of the people of the mind will open up. Some of them will close themselves up even more, because as a being opens themselves up for the first time, and when they realize just what it takes, the work that it takes, the work that you have done and you're still doing, not everybody wants to do that work. And in this free choice reality, you have to let them be. You have to let everyone have the choice. All you can do is radiate. All you can do is be there, available for assistance if anybody asks. But every person, every being, every soul makes their own decision. And I also want to congratulate you for what you have achieved, for what you have done, for the level of infusion of spirit into matter. This has been our dream. This has been our work for, like Yeshua has mentioned, for a very, very long time. Since the beginning of Earth, since the beginning of this physical universe, we have dreamed of this, and now here it is, this now moment, when you are living this, when you are living the dream that we dreamed. And even though at most often as a human you don't realize just how momentous this is, but we do. We realize it. And we congratulate you. And I am Saint Germain. And I am with you always, as a friend, as a companion, as a co-creator, as a playmate. Thank you. Okay, some coffee. So Alex, it's me, Alex. I'm saying that I have forgot to mention before, there is a Q&A section on the bottom of your screen. So if you do have any questions, or perhaps if you want to comment, or perhaps if you want to say something, what you've experienced, share your experience, please do utilize that. So, whew, quite full on the energies and of everyone that is here today. And I'm just testing to see if anybody else would like to speak to you in this way. Well, I think that Mikhail, here I am, here we are, Michaela. So what we also would like to discuss today is to be prepared to have your abilities, to have your senses change. Well, to experience your senses as changing all the time. And you will find that as you are allowing the senses to change, you will be able to perceive all of your non-physical friends in a different way. And you will be able to perceive them in many, many different sort of fashions, so to speak. So sometimes you can perceive them as a different smell, as a different scent, pleasant scent, or sometimes not so pleasant. Okay, that was a joke. So for example, Alex, last week, when Archangel Michael came forth very strongly, so she was able to hear him and see him with her ears. It was not her eyes that she used. And sometimes when Archangel Michael is present so strongly, it's almost painful for the ears. Not unpleasant, but so intense, because the senses have to get used to perceiving all these beings. And the beings that have very strong energy, they have very strong presence. And also they have a different kind of presence. So do not be surprised and do not sort of discount all these different ways of in which you're going to perceive them. And you will find that the senses are developing and your senses are changing. So for example, your ear can smell, your ear can hear, and your ear can see. It is not limited just to hearing. And perhaps these words are not adequate to describe it to what the experience is. But just we would like to point out that do not discount all the different ways in which you are going to perceive this energy. And every one of you, every single one of you is beautifully unique in the way you're going to perceive non-physical energy, the way that you are already perceiving non-physical energies. And you already are, even though some of you are still not admitting that you are. Perhaps you are doubting yourself, but otherwise you wouldn't be here, dear ones, if you already didn't. It is just realizing consciously, so that's what it is. So just be easy on yourself, be joyful with yourself, and just allow yourself the space to play with this. And when you call upon any one of the beings that is here that you want to connect with, you will also realize that they want to connect with you, so that they will give you signs. Perhaps sometimes it is that ringing in the ear. So for Alex, when Archangel Michael makes a big move, the pressure in the ear changes a lot. So sometimes there's a big ring. or it feels like a strong, sharp feather. It is very difficult to describe, for example, um, how you're going to perceive them. But open yourself up and just allow whatever happens to happen, and know that the non-physical friends are wanting to converse with you, wanting to talk with you, wanting them. They want you to notice them. They want you to know your presence, that they are present, sorry. So we're looking forward to playing with you in this way, all of us. And we are looking forward to experiencing friendship, deepening our friendships, playing in this in this way that where we haven't played like this before. We haven't played in this equal platform. We've been looking forward for you to see us as we are, not higher than you, not more than you, unique and different. And as you, each of you are unique and different, so beautifully unique. And we want to share our presence. We want to share our wisdom. We want to share our friendship with you. So for those of you that are still unsure and perhaps a little bit overwhelmed, we also ask you, we're not ask, if you do find yourself a little bit overwhelmed when the being is being present and wants to communicate with you and go deeper in the friendship with you, or perhaps wants to even blend with you, you should try that, because it is a lot of fun. It is what we do in non-physical way, and it is perfectly clean because we, each of us, we know who we are. And if you need to always go through that process of connecting to your own self so that you know who you are, to your own I am that I am, and then from that space open yourself up to connecting, to blending, to having fun with all of your non-physical friends. So we are looking forward to, and we are congratulating you and all of us here at this big, huge round table in this space, in this dimension that we are co-creating together. We are opening this, and we invite you to come here often, to commune, to play, to interact, to remember your friends, to get to know us better, to get to know us better in a new way, in a renewed way. And we invite you to come here very often as you wish. And we also invite you to invite us to be part of your daily life. And we gladly will. Okay, and now we're going to see if we have any questions, because I believe that we may have some. Oh, yes, we do. Okay, right. Just being here in support of you, dear Alex, in this amazing opening of yours. Thank you, dear one. And we hug you. And we acknowledge your continual support, and we acknowledge your continual appreciation of us, your non-physical friends. And we would like to invite you, dear one, to connect with us in even deeper way, to play with us, to be joyful with us. Take us for a walk in your town. Take us for a walk in your daily life. When you're cooking, when you're playing when you're having time with your physical friends, take us with you. And we are just right with you. We are surrounding you, and we hug you, dear one, and we love you just as much as you allow us to. Thank you. Alex, it is just my imagination, or a lot of people waking up to their full realizing right now. Thank you. And another dear one, no, it's not your imagination. There are more and more people waking up. And you will find that perhaps for other people it is not so. But you are in the right place. You have placed yourself in the right place, in the right time, because you wanted to be of assistance. You wanted to be ready for when those ones, the new ones, and we don't mean that in years, because some of them will be, people that are waking up are in all these different stages of their life, and yet you are ready. You're ready to assist them. And you are attracting those people that you can be of assistance to. You're attracting them to your life. So we ask you to open yourself up to bring us, to assist you, to assist them. There's people that are waking up, and you will find that everywhere you go in the world, everywhere you be, there will be those people around you that you can assist, because you have this sense of being in the right place in the right time, because you have this deep desire inside of you to assist people. And that desire has been put on hold for a while, because it had to be, because you have to work on yourself, because you have to go through and experience the transformation, because you wanted to be of the greatest assistance to people. But you cannot do this unless you love yourself, because you cannot give to others what you don't give to yourself first, and you know that well. But we just remind you again to always, always, always put yourself first. And when your joy for life is overflowing, then that overflowing, that radiance, can be of the greatest assistance to others. And you know that you don't even have to do anything. You can perhaps point them in a certain direction. You can just radiate perhaps these few sentences that will be of the greatest assistance. Just your presence, being there, being for them, radiating, lighting, enlightening them, helping them to awaken, helping them to see that there is hope where they had none before. Because there were no solution in the box of the mind, there were no solutions. And all of a sudden, there you are in their life, and you are the solution. And it is not that you have to tell them the solutions, because it's just your presence, your radiance that awakens within them through that crack, through the opening that they have allowed themselves to perceive. You assist them to see that there are other ways, that there are other options. And yes, more and more and more and more and more will open up, because this is the time, dear one. Thank you. Dear friends, I so much love to feel you guys, but maybe my frequency is not high enough. What can I do to break the mind's filter? Love you all. And so as we love you, and we are with you, we are here, we are surrounding you, we are hugging you. And we understand that the grip of the mind is very strong. So we invite you, there is nothing to do, dear one. There is nothing but to relax into the now moment. And you will perceive us, as you already do, because it is not that you will be discovering something new. It is just that you become conscious of what you are already doing. So you are in levels already communicating with us. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be attracted to us. You can understand us. You already have the ability. So what you're doing is becoming conscious of this. So what we invite you to, just be in the now moment. Before you go to sleep, in the morning when you wake up, in those peaceful times during the day, perhaps when you're having a shower, just feel your body, feel what your senses can perceive. Feel the now moment, bring yourself into the now moment. And this is what takes you out of your mind. It is being present in your body. Perhaps touch yourself lightly, touch yourself on the hand, and feel how this hand moves. Feel the little hairs on your skin. And forget about yesterday. When your mind brings up yesterday, when your mind brings up the future, don't fight with it. Do not argue with it. Let it go on its own way. You just come back into your body and you feel your body. Feel how the wind plays with your hair when you're outside. Perhaps go and find some peaceful place on a bench, under a tree somewhere. And feel the wind. Feel the earth beneath your soul, beneath the soles of your feet. Feel the now moment. Feel how Your skin is playing with the elements. Feel what you see, feel the colors, feel the sounds, hear them. Hear all the different sounds that happen in the now moment. And this is what keeps drawing you out of your mind. And when you're out of your mind, it is when you perceive everything that is there in the now moment. Because we are not in the future, we are not in the past. We are right here in this moment, present, right here, right now. And you absolutely have this great ability to be present right here and right now, because it is a normal, it is a natural way to be. It's a natural state of being. And it is just coming back. You keep coming back, coming back. Utilize your senses. Utilize your skin. Feel how it feels. Feel the temperature of the room. Feel how your toe feels. How does your toe feel right now? And see if you can put your consciousness instead of the top of in your side of your head. If you can feel what it feels like to be this toe. See if you can put your consciousness focus in there. That's how you come out of your mind. And in the now moment, this is where we are. But we're going to say, hello, here we are. And you will be surprised just how well you know how to communicate. And you keep practicing. You keep stepping out of the mind into your body, into the presence, into the now moment. Thank you, dear one. Okay. Oh, I can't hear you. Okay, I can now. So hopefully the sound is okay now. And the recording will be available in about an hour after the show, after we finish the show. Okay, so grateful to be sharing in this manner. I find as I open my heart more, it becomes easier to connect to all my non-physical friends. I never feel alone, such a gift. Thank you all. So much love and joy. Thank you, dear one. And we have such pleasure with playing with you. And we have noticed, dear one, that you have been opening yourself up to all of the different joys of having the non-physical friends. And we invite you to play with us. Take us for your walk. Let us be with you. Let us go to work with you. You will see how everything changes. Allow us to be in your place of home. Allow us to be in every place, in every situation in your life. And especially Yeshua, because he is a lot of fun to be around. And as you are finding that already. Thank you, dear one. Okay. Thank you for facilitating this today. And thank you, dear one. And we enjoy playing with you as well. And we ask you to radiate your joy, because you have so much joy inside of you. You have so much enjoyment of life, so much love for life. Let it blossom out. Let it radiate out. Dance. Let it dance out. Allow others as well to see you, to see your joy of life, to see how beautiful, how wonderful life can be, as you already are, as you uniquely are doing this already, and as every single one of you are uniquely already being these joyful lovers of life. Thank you. Okay, we are saying thank you, and we'll see if we have any more questions. I think that this is it. So we would like to thank each and every one of you to be present, for your presence today, because without each and every one of you, we wouldn't be able to do this opening. We wouldn't be able to create this space of round table, this space of equality, this space of being present, of opening up to everything that is, to the reality of the fullness of life, to the reality of variety of life that is available. And even not everybody that wanted to speak didn't have time to speak today, but no matter, we will continue with this, because each and every month when we meet at this round table, there may be a different speaker, there may be few speakers, And we will discuss all the different things that happen, that are happening at that, in the energy of the now moment at that time. And we are looking forward to working with you in this way, and we are looking forward to playing with you in this way. And we invite you to play with us during your day, during your life, during your everyday situations, and ask us to assist you, because there is unlimited assistance available to you. And there are challenging times at the moment because of all of the things that are happening with why the world, what the humanity is facing such big issues. And you are the solution to those issues. And there is so much that is dependent on you, on your radiance. And at the same time, there is so much assistance, so much help, and so much joy, and so much fun, and so many friendships that are available to you at any moment, in a now moment, because this is where we all are. We are in the now moment. So we invite you to keep coming to this now moment over and over again. And when you forget, we invite you again to step into the now moment over and over again, until you become so familiar with the now moment, until you become so familiar with being present in your body, being present in your now moment, being present where you are in the raw materials of your life. Because it is in that now moment and through that now moment that all eternity comes and embodies into this reality, into this earth, into this life, into your body. So we invite you to take up fully residence in your now moment, because your life, as it is, the raw materials of your life, the everyday life, is the precious gold, is everything that is. There is no other place that you should be that is better than the now moment of your life. That's how precious it is. And we thank you. And we thank you for your presence. And we bless you. And we love you. Thank you.